Hi there, welcome to this. It's a special unboxing video. Apologise for shirt and tie. I've literally just walked in from work, but I'm not waiting because I want to listen to this and I want to do an unboxing for it. So this I've got in this box here is the Manic Street Preachers 20th anniversary of Everything Must Go. 20 years old. I'm a bit of a completist when it comes to Manic, so I've got the original copy here. This is from 1996. So I'll be doing a little bit of a comparison there. That's the inner thing. I'll put that to one side for now because I'll be comparing that to the other one. And also I've got the 10th anniversary one they did. Yes, how many copies of this album do I need, you might be asking. Lots is the answer to that. So this is only a CD one. They didn't redo it on vinyl at all, but that's that one. So I've got that one to perform a quick comparison on as well. But I genuinely cannot wait to get this open. So literally it's still sealed in the box. So I've got my little knife, let's give it a go. Two sides, there we go. Oh my goodness. So I pre-ordered this, when did I do that? I think it must have been January time. And so I've been waiting since then. I pre-ordered the signed version of it. And so hopefully it's signed. I bloody hope so anyway. And there we go. It's got parental guidance 15. That must be the DVD. So we've got the same. This is the original one. So we've got the same kind of shade of blue. This is a little bit mucky. That's a kind of light sky blue with kind of an embossed bronze, kind of coppery coloured cutout. So you've got the square. Everything must go with the two brackets. If you look on the original, it's exactly the same, but it's not embossed, it's just kind of printed on, which is nice. And then on the back I've got an overview of what's inside. I'm not going to pay too much attention to this because I'm going to be opening it and actually having a look and very shortly having a listen. Cool. It's the same typeface, it's the same colour on the card. I mean this picture here, sorry, the kind of creamy colour with the black and the slightly off red colour. Let me just get this shrink wrap open nice and gently because I don't want to cause it any harm. Okay. Oh, this is the best bit of opening a record, isn't it? Get the shrink wrap off. With normal albums, I tend to keep the shrink wrap on so that it protects the sleeve for a short while until I can get a bag for it. But with these, this is a box, so it's not really going to be useful because I need to take it on and off every time I want to get the box out to have a look or listen. That's got a little bit of glue on it. Let's take that off nice and carefully. There we go. Easy peasy. Off the back as well. Cool. So the back. So there's the front again. You can hopefully see. That shine, and it's just a blank blue back. And that, I'll keep that. I'll put that back inside the box when I'm done, just so that I've got it. Yeah, and so let's have a look inside. It's a very similar size box and everything to the Holy Bible one, which was released 2 years ago, which was also a 20th anniversary, 1994, 2004. So that's that. I'll put the top of the box just over there for a moment. And here we go with the book, and this is where it's signed. So this is when I got the signed version. So I've got James Dean Bradfield in the middle there, that's Sean there, the drummer, James Dean, and then that looks like Nicky Wire, and that's lovely. I'm really happy about that, really chuffed about that. I'll come back to this booklet in a minute, we'll have a little look through that, but let's plough on through the box. I saw a tweet from the official Manic Street Preachers Twitter account about 2 months ago of Sean with just a pile of these boxes and a pen just scribbling through them. I thought, ooh, what a mind's in there. How amazing. Okay, so then we get the actual album itself. This is the deluxe heavyweight vinyl edition, plain white card inner, and then the vinyl's in there. I'll have a look at that in just a second. Interestingly, they haven't reproduced the original sleeve. They've made the sleeve with a picture of the original sleeve on it. Strange. And on the back, it is just a photograph of the original vinyl with a few creases and all. Very interesting. I mean, it doesn't really matter. It's a, you know, what's quite nice is that if they actually do another vinyl, or just a normal kind of normal edition vinyl release of this, it will probably look like the original. So this is maybe sleeve-wise a little bit more exclusive, which is lovely. Let's have a look at the actual disc itself. Really, that's my goodness, that is really quite substantially heavier than I was expecting. So we've got kind of a cream label on the side with just the typeface. If I just hold that up for you, let me just get that right. Let's hold that there. I don't know if you can see that. There you go. And if I get the original one out and see how they're different, maybe. Well, they're really not actually. I mean, apart from this being a lot lighter in its weight, there really is very little difference. So they've reproduced that kind of to the T, in fact, I'd say. I mean, apart from that being newer, obviously, so its colour is very vibrant. There's no ring wear or anything like that, obviously, because I haven't played it yet. That's going to last for about another 5 minutes, and then I'm going to have to just leave you guys, I'm afraid, and go spin this. And I've got the house to myself for a very short while, so it's going to be loud. I can't wait. So that's the vinyl. I can't wait. I love new vinyl. It's just, there's something beautiful about it. It's the feel of it. So yeah, that's the vinyl. And then what's really nice is in the box, actually in the back of the box, is the 4 CDs. They're kind of pushed in on these foam bits that stick out. So we've got Everything Must Go CD 1, and that is, I believe, the album, but I think it's remastered. I think the wax is remastered as well, rather than just a repress. So it will sound different to my old vinyl. Yes, I know. Do you really need 2 vinyls of it? I do actually. Thank you. So what we got here? We've got all the album, and then we've got some B-sides and remixes. And on the 10th anniversary edition, it was pretty much the same. No, it was just live version, so it's a slightly different ordering of everything. And in fact, there's nothing live on here at all. It's just B-sides. So it's all when the Manics did the singles from this album, and they did this for a few of them. They kind of did 2 CD single editions of every single, and that was one of them had a couple of B-side tunes on it, and the other one would have remixes of the actual single. So you've got those on there. The second disc, just here, is just B-sides. It's just the rest of the B-sides, and they've mixed it up a bit actually. They've put some of the remixes, but they've put some instrumental versions on there. I will listen to that. That'll go on in the car. It'll be something that I'll digest when I'm driving around here, there and everywhere. Compared to the 10th anniversary edition in terms of label, it looks very similar. It's the same colour, it's the same type font. There's a little bit more information on there. And I can't wait. I'm really looking forward to listening to the remastered version as well, so I'll stick that in the car tomorrow as well. As well as obviously the vinyl. I'm going to be overloading on this. My wife is not going to be pleased. She's going to have to listen to this for probably the next week or 3. The third disc is actually a DVD. Very excited about this one. This is a live show. They released a VHS of this in 1997 called Everything Live, like a red cover. It's up the 9X, which I think is in Manchester. So it's a big show. It's one of the first VHS. It's the first band VHS that I bought, and I watched it religiously. I remember it came with some postcards by Mitch Akita, who was their photographer for a while. So I'm really excited. I'm going to watch that start to finish at some point in the next few days or weeks, and really absorb that. And that will be a trip right down memory lane, because I haven't watched that probably since I was about 15 or 16, maybe. No, probably even younger than that. So that I can't wait for that. I remember distinctly Nicky, the bass player, had a "I Love Hoovering" t-shirt on in it. Great, brilliant. And then Everything Must Go Manic Street Preachers. 4th disc is actually another DVD. So there's two DVDs, 2 CDs, and a vinyl in this box, which I'm really happy with. So this has got Freed From Memories, and it's got the official music videos for all 4 singles, which we'll go through that in a sec. And then it's got Freed From Memories, which is a documentary about the making of, and that's brand new. So on this one there was a DVD, which is a documentary, which is called The Making of Everything Must Go, whereas this one is actually, I think that's kind of a 20-minute, just kind of a few little interviews, where this is being, properly directed and filmed and everything. So I will watch and absorb that fairly soon. So that's everything that's in the box. Everything in the box must not go. It must stay in front of me and be listened to repeatedly. Here's the book. So again, there we go. There's the signatures on the front. On the back there, we've got a little bit of residue. So obviously they've gone through signing and putting these into a pile. And you can see where the ink's not quite dry. See a few little fingerprint marks as well from them as well. Makes it a bit more human. So Jackson Pollock quote there. I'll just kind of give you a flick through. So lots of information about the title. So here we go. Everything Must Go. The fourth and pivotal Manic Street Preachers album was recorded. Blah 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 blah. The original album title was Sounds in the Grass. I knew it was something to do with grass, but I can't remember. It's actually called Everything Must Go, which is the name of a play by Patrick Jones, who's the Nicky Wire's bass player's brother. It's a play that he wrote called Everything Must Go. So lots of information there. It's quite glossy, quite a thick booklet. It's floppy. Maybe they could have done a slightly harder back version of it. There's this kind of big long strip of photography here, which actually is the same that's on the inner sleeve of the original vinyl there. You can see that big long thing there. That's the same thing. So lots of pictures from the shoot, lots of pictures from the time, photocopies of the lyrics, photography, posters. There's the CD singles there. I've got those upstairs. If you want me to do a video on all the Manic singles I've got, then I'd happily do that. There we go. Cassettes. I didn't get the cassettes. That's annoying. Now, being a completist, I want to go and get the cassettes. Anybody got them they don't want? Let me know. Not that I have a cassette player to play them. Contents at the back. So, I mean, there's a good chunk of stuff to digest there. Oh, that's great. Look at that. Brilliant. So, what about the album? So 1996, the album before this was Holy Bible in 1994, which is kind of hailed as their most important musical work. And this was the album which really thrust them into the popular limelight, and into the public consciousness, if you like. So it came out, 20th of May? It's exactly today, 20 years ago. It's 20th of May 1996. I remember buying it probably about 2 or 3 weeks later. On CD. I've got the original CD upstairs somewhere. And it's not like the Holy Bible. The Holy Bible is very difficult listening places, very jagged, very insular in its lyrics. Whereas this is actually not being all of Richie Edwards, who's the guitarist and lyricist that disappeared. Not being all of his lyrics, actually Nicky Wire favours more political statement lyrics rather than in a reflective lyrics. So musically, very melodically driven rock, epic in places, I would say, and beautiful. I mean, if you've never heard of Design for Life, then there's not much I can say really. You need to go and listen to it really quickly. Listen to this whole album; it's great. There's not really a bad track on it. In fact, one of the few albums I don't think there is a bad track on it. So let me take you through the track listing very quickly. What I know of it. Elvis Impersonator Blackpool Pier is a song, it's kind of, to start with, it's just acoustic guitar and vocals, sorry, but it's kind of a sample of the sea and like a distant PA being used, and it's about certain obsession by certain areas of British culture being completely obsessed with Americana, kind of Elvis and cheeseburgers and stuff. A Design for Life, obviously, Kevin Carter, which was the third single. A Design for Life was the first single. Then it was Everything Must Go, and then it was Kevin Carter, and then Australia came last. In terms of singles, I think, and there was another one that was released in Japan. I can't remember which one it was. Was it No Surface or Feeling Girl? I can't remember. I really can't remember. Enola Alone, Everything Must Go, Small Black Flowers That Grow in the Sky. That one's written about animal cruelty, being kept in cages and stuff. Girl Who Wanted to Be God, Removables, Australia, Interiors, which is a song for Willem de Kooning, who was an artist who had Alzheimer's, and eventually he didn't remember. I don't know the word forgot because that's not quite right. He couldn't remember which paintings he created. So interiors is kind of the idea of looking inwards. Further away and no surface all feeling. I believe no surface all feeling. It's got this weird thing right at the end where there's almost two pieces of music being played simultaneously, one hard left, one hard right in your speakers. And which is really cool. I remember listening to that when I was a kid. I was thinking that's the most amazing thing. If I pan it left, I got that, and pan it right. When you put it together, it's just a piece of music with everything panned hard left or right. I think that's the only bit of guitaring on the album. In one of those two bits at the end is Richie, the old guitarist's recording of him. I believe it's the ending there. Just some kind of power chords junking away. He wasn't much of a guitarist. He was much more the lyricist and spiritual kind of leader of the band, if you like. So that's that. I love the fact that it's got a 15 mark on it. I love the fact that it's got strong sex references and very strong language. Hell yeah, that sounds good to me. I'm going to stop talking about it now. I don't want to. I love you guys for watching this and everything, but I don't want to talk to you anymore. I want to go and stick and listen to this, and I might do another review in a few weeks, or if you want one, on my reflections of it after having had a listen. Packaging wise, it's lovely. It will look absolutely perfect next to my Holy Bible 20th anniversary. The 4 CDs are full of stuff that I haven't got yet. There's bits and bobs that I've got, some of the B-sides and all that stuff, but not packaged like this. The DVDs are stuff that I haven't got. The CD is a remix, so I haven't got the remix version of it, as is the vinyl. So despite all this piles of Manic crap that I've already got, I haven't got most of the stuff in this box, which is why I was always going to pay out for it, because it's one of my favourite albums of all time. So there you go. One last look at the cover. There you go. Everything Must Go by the Manic Street Preachers 20th anniversary edition. I've just opened it in front of you, and I'm now going to keep it open and play it. Thanks. Any comments, let me know. Any queries or questions, that's fine. Again, comment away, subscribe away, whatever. It's all good. Thanks for watching. Take care now. Bye-bye.